health. We can agree there.
I agree with you 100% there.
Yeah, I took shrooms.
I don't know about that.
She said something I like today.
W shrooms.
W shrooms. No, say no to drugs though. That shit makes me depressed.
No, all I was gonna say was because you're saying that women aren't necessarily happy because you're saying mental health is a new thing, etc., and all this other stuff. What I'm saying is that women are sadder now than ever before because women typically derive their pleasure being around people. Women are more social creatures than men are. And if you guys had asked us this and you asked, what are women actually superior in? I'll tell you, women are socially superior than men. Way more socially superior. That's why when a girl walks into a room, they can tell, okay, this chick is looking at me funny, etc. I mean, probably out of the corner of your eyes, you guys can see that the panel's resenting you guys because you started a lot of arguments. But that's fine because women are socially superior to men. But you guys are so fixated on the things I said men are superior to women in versus what women are superior in. So what I'm saying is this. What do we put on earth to do?
What was I put on earth to do?
What are human beings put on earth to do?
Populate.
The population in general?
Okay. Now,
why did God place us here?
Since we're put on earth to procreate, okay, how do men accomplish procreation?
I don't agree with your starting premise, but I'll entertain you. Okay.
This is going to biology. Human beings, you agreed that human beings are put on earth to procreate. Now I'm asking you.
I don't agree with that.
They don't agree with that.
Well, because I'm not.
So what's your answer?
What a surprise.
Oh my God.
Missy,
You guys stop acting like.
Okay, well.
Did you know that people who don't have children actually report being happier in their lives?
That's not true. Anyway.
It is true.
There's no way that's true.
It's fucking true.
So going back, you're just coping. So going back to what you were saying.
But no, we're not.
So why are human beings put on earth then if it's not to procreate?
Okay, we're not going to agree here, and everyone's going to hate on me
Sure,
for
go
this.
ahead.
But it's because
it?
I don't think we were put here for a specific purpose. I think we decide what our purpose is. I don't, because I'm not religious like you guys, and you can laugh at it, but like, hey,
well,
woke is
if
the new
you put
religion.
Here on earth.
Woke is
put here on earth.
They believe in woke now. She, they is the religion.
So let's talk about this from a more scientific and biological perspective. Human beings are put on earth to procreate. This is why when you bleed, your body does everything to stop you from bleeding with, patching up the wound, etc. This is why you have defense mechanisms to keep you alive so that you can continue your lineage, okay?
And
men and women are put on earth to procreate with each other, all right? That is a fact. That is not me thinking we're here on earth for spirituality, whatever. In general, human beings are put on here to procreate. This is why men have the sex urges that keep them up at night with boners everywhere, and why women are looking for the best guys. Now that we've established this foundation that we're put on earth to procreate, now we got to establish how do men procreate versus how do women procreate? Well, men procreate by creating excess resources to make themselves attractive to a majority of women. This is why you look at the animal kingdom. Peacocks have their feathers out. Lions keep their manes. They fight each other, willing to die to do what? To mate. So whether you guys want to say we're put on earth for ourselves or whatever, you look at the rest of the animal kingdom, we're all here to procreate. That's why animals kill each other for the ability to mate. Now, how do women get across mating? Well, women get across mating by being attractive, staying fertile, and young. And why do they do this? To have children. The problem is this. You guys have a finite amount of time to accomplish this goal. We don't. Okay? So what I am saying is that feminism is a lie that tells you guys, chase a career, make money, you're going to be successful, and you'll find that man at the end of the line. Here's the problem. You ostracize yourself from the very men that you want because you have made the money that you want your man to make. That man doesn't care about that because we create the excess resources. When you create the excess resources, great for you, but we don't give a shit. So what I'm simply saying is this. Women don't derive the same pleasure from creating resources because it doesn't make you as attractive to the opposite gender to have the final input of having a children and family. Men get away with that because as we create resources, we become more attractive. We can get a mate, have children, accomplished. Women, on the other hand, you guys got to preserve your value, young, beautiful, get the man, have children. And for you guys, you have more dire consequences because women are interested in people. And if you don't believe me, why do all the social sciences, why do all the jobs that deal with dealing with people, etc., why are they dominated by women? Now you guys can sit here and say, it's a social construct. No, it's not. It is biology. Women overwhelmingly prefer to be around people. Women prefer being social. This is why they're socially superior to men in every regard. And that's just the way it is. We're put on earth to procreate and have children and a family. And when a woman isn't able to accomplish that and she chases a career, the consequences are dire and depression falls.
I have a genuine question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
Why is it more likely for women to report being happier single than in a relationship then if women are here.
What
to
do- what's-
procreate.
There's data that shows
It's a
this.
lie.
Shows
We're
the
not
other way.
happy
We're
single.
What are
not
you
happy
talking about?
single. What?
What?
I
just hope.
Hey,
I'm
wait,
not
wait,
saying
I can
everyone.
be.
I
I'm
did
not
not
saying
mention.
everyone. I'm saying that like it's.
Can
I'm
you just
not
give
saying
us an example then? Because most
Who's a happy
most,
single woman?
most reports, most
Yeah.
magazines, all that, they're literally
You?
talking about women being
I can
unhappy
be,
in
yeah,
their
happy
30s
single.
and
But I
40s
choose
single. That's
to
like
want
the
to be with
that's the
someone,
majority. That's
but
on
I could be
Cosmo. That's on
happy
people.
alone.
That's on public things. Like that's on everything. That's why I just want to know. Like, can you
Okay.
give an example?
In the
please?
long run, though, can you be happy alone?
We not happy.
That's a separate
Good
question.
question.
The answer is no.
What I remember,
I
I'm
grew
pretty
up
sure it's Pew
with my
Research.
grandma.
Just I'm sorry, whatever you can.
Okay.
Okay.
She's alone.
It seems like a really high reason why a lot of women are not happy in a relationship right now, or why they report being happy or single, is because whenever they're in a relationship, and it goes back to one of the first topics we talked about in the night, is that it seems like, oh, a lot of women not just are earning the same amount as men, but also doing a bunch of like the household chores and responsibilities. So you can go back to like, and hey, maybe we can even agree here for different reasons.
May I ask you a question? What was the age of the women polled that were happy or single?
I think they were around their late 20s and early 30s.
Would it be fair to say that the reason why they were happy or single is because women understand, right? Being single, right? Especially at that, I mean, when women are young and beautiful, okay, they don't care about getting in a relationship because they're still the world is their oyster. It's not until women start to lose options as they get older that dark reality sets in that I'm not going to find a mate, because women want a man. They do. They like, we can sit here and say, I'm a feminist, I don't need a man, blah, blah, blah. You actually need a man because it's hardwired in you to find a man, because if you don't, you will not ensure your survival.
But it seems like women can survive now without men.
Yes, with the modern conveniences of technology, etc. But I always say it, time doesn't change biological trends. You've been programmed for a millennia to find a man to ensure your security.
I have something to say. Can I say something?
Okay.
As long as it's intelligent.
It's experience, which is the most important part. You're right. You guys are right for sure with the statistics, of course. It's not easy. Have you guys been engaged? No. Okay, I have. I know how marriage works. Marriage isn't easy. You get married and that's it. Marriage, this is why there's so many divorces, because people do not want to try. The whole point of marriage is trying and never giving up. Of course, it's not going to be easy. It's a fucking headache, but it's because you choose to be in that. You get me? Most women divorce because of financial situations. That's why they're unhappy in their relationship, and or their man is just not alpha enough, and they get bored and tired.
I think the most cited reason for divorce is irreconcilable differences.
It's actually finances, and you can look it up. It is financial. It's financial.
And that's
and
been
you're
any
right.
relationship.
It is easier to not have kids. It's
Guarantee.
true. I have kids.
You
I'm
look
experiencing that
concerned.
too. It's not fucking easy. It's a fucking headache. I'm stressed.
I think long-term
course.
monogamy is difficult for everyone, though, isn't it? I mean, it's difficult for both.
Monogamy?
It's long-term monogamy in a relationship is difficult for both sides.
Of
I
course.
think. I mean, it's difficult for women, and actually, like you said, more women initiate divorce than men. It's like 70% or something.
Yeah,
isn't
70
it?
to 80, yeah.
But it's also obviously guys. You know, they look around as well. That's a problem that faces all of us because it's like people get together, they get married, and then after a few years, they kind of get bored with each other, and that's the other difficulty that everybody has to deal with it.
And I know you're saying that women report being single, being happier. That's not true to female biology. And it's interesting that the women that were polled were in their 20s, because when women in their 20s, they always think that they can do better. But that dark reality doesn't set in until you hit your 30s, that you can't get the best guy that you used to get when you were 21 versus being 31. And I hate to say it, ladies, but your sexual market value is perishable. It definitely has a shelf life. You only have a small window of time to get the best guy that you can.
Yep.
And feminism lies to you guys and tells you that you can. The reason why for you it's like you don't even think about this because you guys are both in your 20s.
Early 20s.
When you guys hit your 30s or you get closer to your 30s, I promise you, your mindset is going to change.
You.
Your mindset is 100% going to change.
You have to
It's
live
just
it.
that you guys get constantly reaffirmed by men that approach you, by the internet, by Instagram, maybe your Twitch stream, sim sitting. Oh, you're so beautiful, blah blah blah. They constantly make you feel better, right, about your situation of being single because you're like, I can always find a man. I'm not pressed for this.
You can't.
But it's not until you get older.
I don't see being single as like a situation though.
No,
I'm
it's
here's the thing.
like he said with
you're
your guys'
saying
age.
for you right now, but as you get older, I promise you it's going to change. And most women want a man.
When the
They might
attention
not want to
fades.
admit it, but they want a man long term that's going to provide them security.
I was a strong, independent, young 21-year-old.
And it fades.
Your tune will change when you
It
get
was
older.
a certain. I was a feminist, and I was all pro motherfucking
Ew.
liberal. And no, I wasn't that far. But who said ew? You?
Yeah.
I don't
Feminism
anyway, yeah, I know.
kills my
Disgusting. Point is,
dreams.
I've changed. I'm
But I get
27,
it,
so I'm
though.
older than y'all. Like he said, I'm approaching the wall. No, baby. Do I have to cry to prove it? I'm not going.
There's a reason why
Please don't.
when
I
you
don't
look
think you're
at when you
approaching
look
the
at
wall.
little boys versus little girls,
not the
little
same.
boys play with action figures, little girls play house, and they want to walk down an aisle in a white dress. Like every woman down the line wants to get married to the man of their dreams.
Fine, they're just gonna
Fairy
disagree.
tale
They're just gonna
wedding,
disagree
Social
more.
outcomes, though.
But
They're
it's
just
the-
gonna
But
dis-
it's
social
because that
constructs.
way.
They're not gonna change their mind. Social construct.
Well, no,
It's not gonna work.
just,
Like,
you
for
guys
example,
are-
It's not about changing their mind. It's about
Pink used to-
showing.
Pink used to
Your
be
life.
considered a
They're not
masculine
gonna stop,
color.
man.
Was that?
I just, you guys keep asserting these things as facts, and maybe this is just, for the future or something, because like from
We're
everything,
speaking in generalities here.
well, not just generalities, but like if we're gonna talk about how the actual biological reality of people work, like you guys even have the basis wrong, and I could go into that if
How?
you want.
You're naturalizing
Okay,
these
you
things
know
the way
what?
that
You
they
know
are.
what?
You haven't
Have
even
you read?
experienced life yet.
Have you read the Lessons of a Pillsbury Doughboy? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay. So in applied behavior analysis, it's a really good article. I
Okay.
strongly recommend reading it.
Sure.
It talks about how this idea of like nature versus nurture is kind of a false dichotomy. And the reason why it explains that is because our environment literally in real time affects our genes or our genetic expression, right? So if you are in an environment, for example, if you're raised in an environment that is very abusive, the chances of you developing schizophrenia become a lot higher, even though schizophrenia has a lot of connections with genetics. So the whole this is a very simplified version, but what I'm trying to express
Then
here
I'm super schizophrenic.
what I'm trying to express here is that your biology is directly related to your environment and almost vice versa as well. So these things about oh no, it's only biology or that's it, it's just biology. It doesn't, you're not taking into account the fact that the environment literally will affect your actual biology.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Explain to me how when you go in the black community and black women are raised by single mothers that constantly tell them niggas ain't shit, fuck niggas, you could do it yourself, blah, blah, blah. They still want a strong black man.
What do you mean? Okay.
Okay. Your argument was environment plays a big role and can change their biology. I'm telling you, you go in the black community, you have a bunch of single mothers telling their daughters, fuck niggas, you don't need them, blah, blah, blah. You have hip hop music that reinforces this, that men ain't shit, etc. I don't want no scrub. Beyonce, all the single ladies constantly reinforcing that men are trash and you don't need them. Why is it that black women overwhelmingly want men, strong black men that are extremely masculine? Please explain that to me if environment plays that such a
I have
role.
a question.
Does the
Please answer the question.
I will answer the question.
Please answer the question.
Um,
Because by your logic, they should all be raging lesbians that hate men.
Well, I'm not saying that that your environment changes it 100%. But what I am interested in hearing is that you're saying isn't there a really high rate of single mothers within the black community? So if you're saying that women are biologically inclined to find a mate and they really want that, even though they hear it's oh shit or whatever, wouldn't they stay with the mate instead of being single mothers if it's their biological imperative?
No, because they want the best mate.
But by your logic, your logic, you're saying they should hate men and be like lesbians because they changed their biology, but they still deal with men, even though
biology has changed 100%.
Oh, now it's not changed.
No,
100%.
it's just extremely variable, but it doesn't mean that your sexual orientation is going to change, for example. But it does mean the factors that you might find attractive or how you process information can change. I'm not saying everything is changed, right? I'm not saying my environment is going to suddenly change. The fact that I have a vagina. Let's use that as an example. That's the environment isn't going to change that.
The only reason because here's the problem here. You made a point to say your environment plays a critical role in your development where it might even influence your biological needs and wants and hardwiring. I'm arguing, regardless of the environment, your biological hardwiring is still going to stand. And I use the black community as an example where black men are constantly shit on, ostracized, ridiculed, and made fun of. Yet black women still overwhelmingly prefer black men when it comes to dating. And on top of that, they want a black, strong, masculine man, which is why the thug frame, aka guys that are thugs and criminals, etc., are so sought after in the black community. So even though the women themselves are masculine, they still want a man who's more masculine than themselves, which proves my point that you can't fight biology.
You don't think there's environmental factors that push women towards a thug stereotype?
No, oh, now the environment is playing in my favor.
Well, I'm asking you. I'm just wondering. I mean, I again,
Well,
as I said
everything
before,
in the
it's not
environment
gonna-
tells them to hate that same thug that they are attracted to.
Not everything in the environment.
You
That's
just said
the
that the rap music
feminism.
literally encourages it.
Well, no, not feminism.
No, say fuck nigga free.
Feminist
It's the
movement.
opposite.
That's
They shit on those
them.
guys.
But doesn't like a lot of rap
They're
music also like
corrupting our
glorify the
daughters.
idea that like
And also, you're saying it's coming from women, but the majority of rap music is made by men, no?
No, it is. It is. But what I'm saying is that the black women that rap shit on the very men that they're attracted to.
yeah, but don't you think black women growing up also consume the male raps?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a black woman growing up.
Ladies, see
You're
how you
white.
guys are trying to move the goalposts?
white.
The original
Word.
argument,
Just fucking
your
argue,
argument
Myron.
is
the
You're
original
Just fucking
argument
talk.
was that your social upbringing cannot change biologically hardwired traits in you.
Experience right here.
Not all. It's not like a black and white thing. That's what I'm trying to get across.
They're
There is-
interconnected.
Bro,
He's
let's
just
end this,
making a
man.
You
comparison about your
naturalize-
upbringing because you said your biology can change by your upbringing.
Fine.
I was raised by a diverse
Oh, he
family
goes,
of
sorry.
feminism. And I want a masculine man.
Oh.
Why do you think you never see bad bitches talking about this, man? Because they find in a man, they start in a family, man. It's just
Yeah.
like, God
we got it
damn,
easy.
bro.
Yeah, well, let's read.
Last thoughts? Can we start last thoughts right here?
No. All right, here.
Yeah. Last thoughts on the panel. Did you enjoy the show? Do you think we're misogynists? What do you think?
I think that I should say thank you to DJ Talks for getting me on. Follow me. Yes, thank you. There he goes. Follow me on Instagram. Yes, C__. I also feel like
What did you learn from the show?
I learned to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Hey,
Yes. Yo. Thank you. I'll see you soon at SLS.
Yes.
Zena, did you learn anything from the show?
Nope.
Yes, I learned that.
Nope.
Yes, I always learn something. I learned that
What'd you learn?
sometimes women just fucking argue to argue. We just want to hear ourselves talk.
Yeah.
And we're emotional. I want to apologize to some of my peoples watching. Sorry, I got emotional. I was drinking, and I'm a woman,
Yep.
so I got triggered.
All right.
Follow me on Instagram, Xena the Witcher. Subscribe to my OnlyFans simps.
What did you learn today? Don't say strong
Um,
simps. Don't do it.
I'm going to teach something right now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what you guys said. You guys were super right, and you're gonna have amazing. You guys are both gonna have an amazing future. You guys are gonna learn. You guys are gonna understand later on, and I just hope you guys the best, and I hope you guys like learn everything and stuff. And
we're doomed.
They won't.
I
That's what
hope you.
learned.
I hope you adopt one day later on. You
Yeah.
guys are both gonna have an amazing family, and yeah.
And we're doomed.
Wait, who?
Society is
Be
doomed.
open
That's
to
it. The
different
West is done.
perspectives
No, the West is
my-
The West is
bro.
over.
Imagine getting married to that man.
Yeah, that's what I learned.
Last thoughts?
All right, yeah. No. So, Troy.
Female.
Troy,
Yeah.
last.
For me, I think the West is doomed, and
Fuck, man.
Same.
I think that my gut feeling about this, and we'll put
Sit down,
statistics
Troy.
aside, is that biology trumps socialization.
Thank you.
That's my gut feeling.
I agree.
Follow me on YouTube at Real Troy Francis, on Twitter at Real Troy Francis, and on Instagram at Real Troy Francis for all your dating coaching needs. Thank you.
You're a dating coach?
Yes.
But y'all never let him talk.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Bro, the people who haven't been on a date talk about dating more than a dating coach. Okay, one more? Just chatting, just talking.
I disagree with the book. Can I ask a question? Or just one?
I've
Please,
been on
please.
dates.
This is my first time being on here. I mean, I enjoyed hearing everybody debate. I didn't talk much, but
What are your thoughts on this?
yeah, thoughts.
Did you change your mind? Did you learn anything?
Do you agree,
I
disagree?
learned. I learned a lot.
Who do you side with? Who do you think is right?
Who I think is right.
I think the better.
There's so many different points that some they were right on, and some you guys were right on. So I wouldn't say like.
Do you
there's
think
one side
attraction
that-
is socialized or biologically hardwired? In general.
Both, yeah. What you said, both.
Both. Okay, cool. What do you think?
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course.
It was great to meet you all. Well, what I learned is, I mean, everybody has their own, input.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Botox.
Me, what?
What?
Who
Chris?
said
Come on,
that?
Chris, no. He's joking. He's joking. That was
He's such a hater. That's what it is.
Someone heard him.
You're wrong.
And I respect everyone's
You're a gorgeous
opinion,
girl.
you know. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
as yeah.
Okay. And I didn't hear anything from you. Are you Senegalese, by the way?
No, a lot of people think I'm African. I'm Caribbean.
Oh, my fault.
Caribbean.
What part? Trinidad and Jamaica. My
Wow.
parents are.
Bumbleclad. Okay. Any thoughts on the panel? Did you learn anything? Are you exhausted?
I think we could have spoken about multiple other topics other than just stay on one.
Yeah,
I agree.
we,
And
like,
I would ask them their last thoughts, but I really don't want to hear them talk anymore.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've heard it.
I think you guys said it.
Is it that, or is it that you don't want to
No,
hear
just
the thing that I took away from this
please
panel?
stop.
Is it the fact that even though
Just
you're
stop,
physically stronger than me since you're a man, and we established
Just
that
stop.
pole dancing is not that physically demanding. Sneeko, let it be. Let the record show. You refuse to get up on that pole and
I
take a
want
little
to see
spin.
Sneeko pole dance. I think
that's
that's
faggotry,
faggotry,
bro. Until you at least try it.
You're better at
That's
pole dancing than
faggotry.
me, and I still don't even want to see it. Please.
Yo,
We're not talking about me. We're talking about how you dodged it.
Hit him
you
where it
don't
hurts.
have to take that from her, okay?
Yo, Henny Chris activated, man.
Hey, fuck that shit, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey.
Last thoughts on the panel?
But I had fun. I like talking to all of y'all.
Yeah, you love talking. You all love talking.
So shout out to Sneeko for inviting me. I had a great time. Myron had a great time debating with you. I had a great time debating with you.
Y'all took the L.
To all y'all,
Y'all took the L.
lovely ladies. I don't think you guys like talking to me. That's completely fine.
Nobody has animosity towards you guys. You're intellectual young
That's
ladies.
fine.
You're
Y'all
still young.
love
You're trying to learn.
I said
But
that's just something that
you
we
just
can talk
felt
about.
like the issue that we're having is that you
just need to learn how to.
Okay, no more arguing, man, please.
You guys will have a lot of time to learn.
I'm not even
about
getting paid for this
life.
shit. I'm hosting this shit, bro. This ain't my fucking show. I can be doing my own shit. Where's Fresh? Fresh, fuck this shit, Fresh. Get your black ass back to Barbados. This shit fucking sucks. Fuck. Fuck, Fresh, come back. Save me.
I want to see Andrew Tate.
This is your camera over here, but yeah, I think the main takeaway here is y'all better appreciate Fresh some more, man. This ain't easy.
Bro, Fresh really dipped out and started twerking at the club 3 hours ago. 4 hours. I'm not getting paid, man.
Yo, what helps Sneeko out? Go to join the creativity.
Help me out, man.
Join
Fuck
the
that. I'm going to
creativity.
therapy. Fuck the gym. Fuck all this shit. I'm gonna beat my knee, watch porn. I'm sick of this, bro. Fuck.
Hey,
Damn.
I'm the baddest bitch in the world.
Oh.
Hey,
I'm gonna free cast of myself just like these hoes, bro. I'm out.
subscribe.
Chris, guys, join the creativity kit. All the ladies' Instagrams are below. Make sure to go ahead and send a dick pic, especially to the feminists. They really love that. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
I'll
Peace.
even rate it if you send it to me.
I ran so far away.